So one of the things that we did was take our glitched image and create 4 different versions of that, and in order to make a larger poster that could then show these variations together. So I'm going to go ahead and open up that first one that I made. And what helps is I like to have my ruler showing, so I'll have an idea as to how big this is going to be. And what you can do is, they might not be showing, so if you need to turn them on, then you would come up here to View and down here to Ruler. So if it's checked, it'll have the ruler showing. If it's unchecked, as you can see, they've disappeared. So let me turn those back on. I want my rulers. And this will show me that I've got this like 7 by maybe just a little over 9. And if I want to check also, another way to do that, you don't necessarily want to mess with any of these sizes here, but I can click on that to show the image size. Bring it over here. And if I didn't change it to say inches, it'll show you, right? So it's just a little over 7 by 9. Alright. And I want to be able to actually put all 4 of my images together. So what I'm going to do is come up here to Image, down here to Canvas Size. I want to make my canvas larger so then I can add the other images on with it. So my canvas size, bring this over. What I want to do is actually change this to %. And what I'm going to do is actually change this, and you have to change both the width and the height because I want them both changing, but I want to go to 200%, and I'll show you why. I actually want for my original image here that I've got open to be the top left. And you can choose others, but I'm going to just go ahead and do top left. I want actually my background, we'll just do white, something like that. But I want to make this original image to be the top left. So I'm going to put it here, and what's going to happen is from that space, then the canvas will grow. Okay, and I can actually make this smaller so we can see all of it. And that way I can then put the other 4 images in with that. And so in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and go into Open and find those files. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to actually open these 3. So I clicked on the first one, held down Shift, and then clicked on the last one, and now I can open those other 3. And what I can do now is just take my Move tool. Let me go ahead and click on this to make it a layer 0, and then I can pull it in here and drop it right there and put it in place. And what you see is it actually automatically creates another layer. And I can do that with the other 3. So let me unlock that, so now it becomes layer 0. And move that where I want it to be. Whoops. There we go. And then I can do that for the last one as well. And then I can even trim off that back, the end there. And so I can go to Trim. Bring this over. And I'm going to actually tell it to trim off that bottom and right from there. And it took away just that little bit at the bottom. Alright, so all 4 have been placed, and now I could take this say to the lab, and if I wanted to I could print out to be a 14 by 18, You can even make it, depending on the images that you use, it could be a little larger. I could add in more. I could go ahead and expand that canvas size again and add in a couple more. So it just depends on how many you have and what you want to do with them. You could rearrange some things. Flip maybe some of them upside down, things like that. And normally you want to have for poster size. I mean, it depends on what kind of room that you have for things, but like for our class, even extending it out to a say a 20, maybe roughly like a 24 by 36, because our lab can handle those sorts of sizes. So go ahead and because especially if you had smaller images than what I have, is actually going ahead and even filling out that space, because you can make copies of them. If I go in here and go ahead and expand that size even more, okay, and keep everything still there. All right. I don't have to use all of the space, right? But I can, say if this one here, if I want to, since I have the move tool, I can hold down the Alt and copy it, bring it over here somewhere. Right? I can move it around. I can place it down here. I can place it here, right? And I can just move things around some to where I might want them, to be, can choose different layers. In fact, let me go ahead and unlock that first one, right? So I can click on it and do the same there. Right? Move it over here or over here. This one. And the nice thing about the newer versions of Photoshop, and sometimes you might run into an issue, but for the most part it's kind of nice, is that you don't necessarily have to go over to the side to choose your different layers over here. If you just click on it, right, if you noticed, right, over on the right, so it went from layer 0 copy, and then when I clicked on this, it went to layer 3. And so I can do the same there. Alright, so just keep playing around with that until you get it filled out, and then print it out in the lab, and they'll get you all set up.